Hey friends, we are on lesson 125 today. I want you to pull that one out and we'll get started. Sorry about that, I had to find my ruler. Draw a 3-inch line segment. This is the first direction, 3-inch line segment. So we start at the first measuring mark and we go on the inches side to the 3 exactly and then connect. And the next one says measure this line segment using inches. So we do the same thing except this time we're going to measure. And we can see that the dot lands right on 4 inches. Number 1. 26 children were in the gym. 17 children from another class joined them. So first we had 26, then 17 joined them. What type of story is this? Don't worry about that. What it's called is Some and Some More. And when we're first figuring out how to read word problems and interpret them for numbers, that tells us that we're going to add. So that's what that is. But I haven't gotten a chance to teach you that, and we haven't gotten a chance to work on that much. So how many children are in the gym now? We started with 26, and 17 joined. And joined means we're going to add in 17. Wherever you have room to add this up, I don't like to add straight across. I like to add up and down. 26 plus 17. We're going to borrow on this one. We're going to carry on this one. 6 and 7 is 13. 2 and 1 and 1 is 4. 43. So the answer is 43, but we always have to put a label on it. So what are we counting? How many children? 43 children. Circle the perpendicular line segments. Now, I think we've gone over parallel. Parallel is when two lines go side by side and they never cross and they never look like they're going to cross. So parallel is like railroad tracks. Two lines side by side. They don't look like they're going to cross and they don't cross in any fashion, okay? They just go side by side like railroad tracks, like 2-letter L's on the page in parallel. Now perpendicular is where they come to a T or they cross with two lines crossing at right angles, like a plus sign, or they could form an X or something like that also. So let's take a look here. We've got right angles where these cross, so that one is going to be perpendicular lines. We've got right angles where these, and that means square angles where these cross, so that means that could be. This one, they do cross, but they're not square angles, are they? They don't come to a T or a plus sign like this one. This one is also perpendicular. All right, about how much might a 7-year-old child weigh? So that would be around maybe a first grader. 200 pounds would be the size of an adult. 2 pounds would be the size of maybe like a kitten or maybe a small cat. 15 pounds, that would be the size of like a small dog. A little bit bigger, but still not as big as a kid, right? So 60 pounds is probably going to be the closest. Round each number to the nearest 10. Now, when we do this, we look at the 10s that are on either side of it. So 78 is, when we're counting, it's past 70, but it's before 80, right? Those are the two 10s that are on either side of it. Remember this, in your math journal, on page 26, you have this. So we're looking at 78, and that is right here between 70 and 80. I'm sorry, I don't have a whiteboard marker. I need to remember to put one by me. It's between 70 and 80. And this 8 is what we look at to determine if it's 5 or greater, then it goes down here, goes down the roller coaster hill. If it doesn't get up to the 5, if it's 0 through 4, then it goes back down to 70. 8 is greater than 5, isn't it? So it went over the roller coaster to 80. Okay. So use that page 26 if you need help with the rounding. Now when we're counting, 13 comes after 10 and before 20. And we look at the 3 to decide, remember what number's on top of the roller coaster? If it's 5 or greater, it goes this way. If it is 0 through 4, it doesn't make it to the top of the roller coaster and it goes back down, right? So 5 or greater goes to the next, and this is not 5 or greater. This is lower, so it goes down to the 10. 25, when we're counting, 25 is between 20 and 30. And we look at the 5 to determine where to go. And when we go with the 5, 5 or greater goes to the bigger number, 30. Geometric solids. Oh, I wish I had these home. Okay, so in your journal, there is a page with diagrams. So I don't have the real ones like I would show you in school. But on page 8, where are we here? On page 8, we have 3D shapes in here. So I want you to open to page 8 when you do this part. Okay, so this is the best we'll have at home right now. And then Miss Musselman will show you the 3D shapes when we get back to school. A lot of these you know, and a few of them you won't know. And this one goes by a few different names. That's why I wrote on mine. I don't think we call it cuboid very often. This is like a cube, but it's got rectangle sides instead of all square sides. And the way I learned it was to call this a rectangular solid, and I have seen it one other way that I can't remember right now. But the question on here is circle all the geometric solids that have at least one point. So point is where edges come together. A sphere doesn't have any edges, does it? It's round everywhere and it doesn't come to any points. So that's not one of them. So we can cross off sphere. Pyramid, let's look for a pyramid. So we have our pyramids at the bottom here. They're like the Egyptian pyramids. Some of them have a triangle on the bottom and only 3 sides. Some of them have a square on the bottom and have 4 sides. Those are both pyramids either way. The Egyptian pyramids that we know are the ones with the squares on the bottom. But anyway, as you can see, pyramids have lots of points, don't they? So they have at least one point, so we can circle pyramid. Let's look at cylinder. Now a cylinder is like a soup can, or it could be longer, like a paper towel roll or a wrapping paper roll, or it can be shorter, like a tuna fish can. What it has to have is a circle on each of two ends and be round around the middle. So just like a soda can, you hold it around the middle where it's round and there's no edges. And there's a circle on top and a circle on the bottom, but there aren't any points, are there? It doesn't come to a point anywhere. There's edges, but it doesn't come to a point. So cylinder is a no. Cone. Cone is like an ice cream cone. It can be upside down or it can be right side up, but there is one point, isn't there? The base of the ice cream cone comes to a point. So a cone has at least one point. Last one is a cube. Can you guess? Does it have any points? Can you picture a cube? A cube is like dice that we play a game with. It's square on all sides. And some boxes are cubes. A lot of them are rectangular solids or rectangular prisms. Cube is square on all sides, and there is a ton of points on a cube, isn't there? So cube is a yes. Okay, last ones. Find the answers. Well, we might not need scratch paper for these. They left us plenty of room. Okay, what do you notice about this right here? We're supposed to subtract, and I noticed something about the 8. Bigger bottom, right? So what do we have to do? Bigger bottom, gotta borrow. We go to the neighbor, we borrow 1, and we bring it back home. So now we have 12, take away 8. 4. 5, take away 3. 2. Now we're adding on this one. 8 plus 7 is 15, and 5 more is 20. 6 plus 2 is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A little bit of multiplication. 2 groups of 3. 2 times 3, that means 3 and 3. 6. Okay, 3 groups of 7. Well, we know that 1 group of 7 is 7. Where are we here? There we go. 2 groups of 7 is 14. 7 plus 7 is 14. And 7 more is 21. So 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3. Now you've got hundreds charts or multiplication charts to help you figure out some of this. But if you can do count bys, that's a good strategy too. 9 times 3. Well, we can do the same thing here and go 9, 18, something. Or we can use our 9s trick where we put all of our hands out. And we're going 9 times 3, so we're going to put the 1, 2, third finger down. Because we always go from the left, just like we read. So how many fingers are before that finger? 2. How many fingers are after it? 5, 6, 7. 2, 7. 27. 8 times 10. Bring the 0 over. 80. 3 times 100. Bring the zeros over. 3 with 2 zeros, 300. And we can count by 5s for this one. 5, 10, 15. There it is. Take notes on side A. Go ahead and take a picture and send it to me for side B. And don't forget to do the practice, the facts practices that are in there. They are not fun. They are boring. You don't have to time yourself, but make sure you do it. Take a picture of them for me because they will help you out very much once you learn those facts. Have a good afternoon.